Hello. Today we're working on Fundations Unit 12, Week 3, Day 5. And the objective is that today we will be practicing how to break apart and build two-syllable words, and we will reread a story to practice fluency. As always, we'll start with our sound drill. Remember to say the letter or letters, the key word, and the sound along with me. D, dog, D. L, lamp, L. P, pan, P. X, fox, X. CK, sock, K. And now our vowels. A, apple, A, safe, A. E, ed, E, P, E. I, itch, I, pine, I. O, octopus, O, home, O. U, up, U, mule, U. U, rule, oo. And now our R-controlled vowels. A-R, car, R. O-R, horn, or. E-R, her, I-R, bird, U-R, burn, And our vowel teams. A-I, bait, A. A-Y, play, A. E-E, jeep, E. E-A, eat, E. E-Y, key, E. O-I, coin, oi. O-Y, boy, oi. O-A, boat, O. O-E, toe, O. O-W, snow, O. O-W, plow, ow. O-U, trout, ow. O-U, soup, oo. O-O, school, oo. U-E, blue, oo. U-E, rescue, U. E-W, chew, oo. A-U, August, aw. A-W, saw, aw. Great job. Today for our trick word review, I'm going to have you become a detective and look for the words. So there's tons of trick words. You can take a minute and pause the video and read through all of them if you want, or you can just go ahead and practice along with me. So I'm going to tell you a word. I want you to find that word, read it, and spell it. So the first word I want you to look for is the word I, like I am happy, I. This should be an easy one for you. Here's the word I. And remember, whenever you see the word I, it's always capitalized, no matter where it is in the sentence. If it's the word I, it's a capital letter. Great job. Now find the word month. Like January is the first month of the year. Month. Okay, here's the word month. M-O-N-T-H. Month. Month. Next, find the word the, like the cat is outside. The. Here's the word the. T-H-E, the. The. Next, find the word there, like the door is over there. There. Here's the word there. T-H-E-R-E. There. There. Okay, last word. Find the word your. Your. Like, is that your backpack? Your. Here's the word your. Y-O-U-R. Your. Y-O-U-R. Your. Okay, great job. If any of these words are still tricking you, remember you can pause the video and read through them. You can copy them down and make flashcards. You want to make sure you're practicing trick words at home because remember, trick words cannot be tapped. You have to just memorize them and know how they are spelled. Okay, so now we're going to do some word of the day review words. Remember, these are words that we have already learned before. A lot of the words that you see on your screen are from a long time ago. There's some digraphs that we can look for, some glued sounds we can look for. some suffixes we can look for. So we're just going to go through and we're going to find everything that we can find inside of these words, mark them up, and then we will move on. And today I am going to mark up the words with the color blue. That way it just sticks out a little bit. Okay, so what is this first word here? That's the word thick. And in the word thick, we have th digraph, I, short vowel sound, so we'll give it a breve, and ck digraph. So that's thick. And then this is one syllable, because if you feel your chin or your breath or you clap it, thick is just one syllable. And then the vowel I is closed off by the ck, so this is closed. Okay, next word. That's the word trust. Trust. So with this one, we have the TR blend. You is saying so we'll give it a breve. And then we have an ST blend. So instead of this saying t, s, t, right? The T and the R are blending together. So you have more of a tr, tr, and then the ST are blending together. So it's st, st. So trust, trust. And again, trust is one syllable, so we'll scoop it. And the U vowel is closed off by the ST consonants, so we'll mark this closed. All right, go ahead and read the next word. Okay, the word is ships, ships. And right away, I'm going to circle the suffix S and make sure I'm just looking at my base word ship, ship. So in here I see the SH digraph, sh. I saying short vowel sound, so I'll give it a breve. And then I've got the P saying p, sh, p, ship. Then I can scoop it because ship is one syllable and mark it C for closed. All right, next word. Wing, wing. So I see the W, and then ing is a glued sound. ING is glued, so I'll box that together. And then remember, if the vowel is inside of a glued sound, you can just leave it marked for the glued sound because the I is not really making a sound on its own. It's not just saying it's saying ing. It's part of the ING to say ing. So then we will go ahead and scoop this. This is one syllable, wing. And then we know that the vowel is closed off by consonants, so we can mark this C for closed. All right, now let's look at the next column. First word, ham, ham. So we have am. AM is glued, so I'll go ahead and box that. And we remember that we don't have to mark the vowel in a glued sound because the vowel is making the sound with the glued sound. It's not making a sound on its own necessarily. And then we will scoop this because this is one syllable, ham. And then we will mark this how? C for closed because the vowel is closed off by a consonant. All right, next word. The word is swipe, swipe. So the S and the W are blending together. They're not just saying swa, they're saying swa, swa, swa. I. What do you notice about the vowel in this word? It's saying the long vowel sound, so I'll give it the macron. Swa, I, p. Do you hear the E saying anything? Nope, so we can cross it out. And then swipe is one syllable, so we'll scoop it. And what syllable type is this word? Since the I is saying the long vowel sound, and then there's an E that's not making a sound at all. Right, this is vowel, consonant, E. So I'll put V-E to mark it up. Vowel, consonant, E. Okay, what is this next word here? Ducks, ducks. So we're going to make sure we start by circling that suffix S, because when we think about a word like this, ducks, if we're just trying to spell it, we hear the x sound at the end, which would make someone think that there's an X, but there's not an X in this word. The x sound is coming from the CK at the end of duck, starting to blend with the S sound on the suffix. So you always, this is another reason why you always want to find that suffix on a word and get rid of it before you're trying to identify the things that are inside of that base word. So now that we have the suffix circled, we can look at just the base word. The base word is duck. So we have d, you is saying the short vowel sound, so we'll give it a breve, and then we see k, CK digraph. So duck is our base word. And then we know duck is just one syllable. So we'll scoop that syllable, and then we can mark it C for closed. All right, last word on this page, much, much. So we have give the U a breve, CH digraph, scoop, much, one syllable. So then we'll mark it C for closed. All right, great job. So today we're going to start by rereading the story that we have already read. We have read this story, I think this is our third time. So we're going to reread our story, Jackson. We're going to quickly identify the characters, the setting, and the events like we've done previously. But then we're going to talk a little bit about stories that are fiction and writing that is nonfiction. So today will be a little different. We'll quickly reread our story, Jackson, and then we'll move on to really spending more time talking about nonfiction writing. So if you want to try reading this by yourself first, you can pause the video and you can read it by yourself. If you'd rather reread it along with me, you can keep the video playing. Or if you want to do both, you can pause and read on your own, then you can play and read along with me, your choice. So if you're going to pause, go ahead and do that now. And if you're not, then let's keep reading. So remember our story, Jackson. We're going to go ahead and start up here. Ed had a pet dog, Jackson. Jackson was Ed's best friend. They got up at sunrise. Just when Ed was finishing a pancake, Jackson came to him with a ball. Ed put on his jacket and they went out. Jackson and Ed had fun with the ball. Then the ball went into a bucket of mud in the sandbox. Jackson did not see it. He dug in the sand, but did not get the ball. It was not there. Then the bucket fell over, and the ball fell out. The mud fell out too, and it landed on Jackson. He was a mess. At sunset, Jackson and Ed had a nap. It was a fun day. All right, fabulous. If this was my first time reading this story, I would read it again before I start to identify the characters, the setting, or the events. But because we've read this story on 2 other lessons, I'm just going to go ahead and read it once today so that we're not spending too long on it. So we know that our characters are who? Jackson and Ed. And Ed is the dog, Jackson is the boy. So I'll put the character symbol up here where it introduces Jackson and Ed. Then we know the setting is, where's the setting? So they were in the house when they were eating breakfast, and then we know, we read right here that they went out. So I'll put the setting symbol here because I know that it was partially in the house, and then the majority of the story was actually outside. All right, and then our events. The first thing that happened was they got up in the morning and they ate their breakfast. So I'll put this here, and then they went out. The second thing that happened was they were playing ball and the ball fell in the bucket of mud and they couldn't find it. So let me put the 2 symbol over here for the second event because it tells us it's in the mud here and then it tells us that they couldn't see it here. And then the last thing that happened was the bucket fell out and the mud fell out and landed on Jackson and they were able to find the ball. So we know that first they got up and ate their breakfast and went outside. Then they were playing ball and the ball got lost in the bucket of mud. And then at the end, the bucket fell all over Jackson, making him totally dirty, but they were able to find the ball. So that was our third event. So this story could be real. It could be a real story about real people and a real dog, but it's really kind of more like a fictional story, like it's made up. So it's just a story that someone could have created about a boy and his dog. It didn't have to be real. On the other hand, if we think about something that's nonfiction, that means that it's true, that you can learn facts from it. You can learn real details from it. So we're going to practice writing a nonfiction passage about dogs. Since in our story we had our dog Jackson, right? We're going to think about what we know about dogs. So I have some details or some notes down here to remind me that I need a topic and I need to write at least 3 details. So when I'm trying to make sure I'm writing a nonfiction text, I'll start by introducing it, then I'll give at least 3 details about it. So today I wanted to write about dogs, and I want to start by saying dogs are mammals. So a mammal is a type of animal. So I'm going to introduce my topic by saying dogs are mammals. Now I need to give 3 reasons or 3 details that help me know how a dog is a mammal. So I'm going to think, what do I know that makes something a mammal? I know that mammals have hair or fur. So humans have hair, but most dogs have fur. So I started by saying dogs are mammals, and then I'll say one reason is that, let me see how long this gives me. I might have to move to the next line. They have fur. So now I've given one detail that lets someone know what makes a dog a mammal. Now I'm going to say another reason is, so now I have to think of another reason I know that a dog is a mammal. So I know mammals have hair or fur. What else could make a dog a mammal? So we could say that they're warm-blooded. So we know cold-blooded animals like snakes and lizards and turtles, they're cold-blooded, so they have to sit out in the sun to get warm. But mammals are warm-blooded, which means they don't have to sit in the sun for their bodies to keep their temperature warm. So a dog is an example of one that their body will stay warm. So I have another reason is that they are warm-blooded. Okay, now I need a third reason, because good informational nonfiction writing will always give you at least 3 details. So I'm going to reread my story. Dogs are mammals. One reason is that they have fur. Another reason is that they are warm-blooded. And I'll say a third reason is that, I need another reason a dog is a mammal. I can say that they give birth to their babies. So they give birth to live young. They don't have eggs, right? Like a bird is not a mammal. And one reason we know that is because a bird lays eggs. But mammals give birth to live young. When they have their babies are alive. They're not inside of an egg. They come out ready to be. So I said a third reason is that they have live young. And then I'll put my period. Okay, now I'm going to also include a conclusion. So I'm going to put one more sentence to wrap it up. So I can say, this is why dogs are mammals. So notice that your conclusion will just repeat your topic. So the topic was dogs are mammals. I gave 3 reasons why they're mammals, and then my conclusion just repeated that they're mammals. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to reread and make sure everything makes sense. Dogs are mammals. One reason is that they have fur. Another reason is that they are warm-blooded. A third reason is that they have live young. This is why dogs are mammals. Okay, so I'm good to go. So notice that nonfiction writing will teach you details. If someone were to read this, they would learn something new about dogs. If they were reading the story about Jackson, they wouldn't really learn anything new. It would just be a story that could entertain them, or maybe they would read it just for fun. But for nonfiction, you can really read and learn new information. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. So we're gonna do one more practice and then it'll be your turn to show what you know. So we're just going to practice marking up our 2-syllable words. I'm going to switch to the color brown for this. Okay, so we always want to make sure when we're marking two-syllable words, we break it up. We start with the first syllable, mark it, and then we move to the second syllable and mark it. That way, we're just looking at the word one piece at a time. It makes it a little bit easier to spell and a little bit easier to read. So the first word is unzip. If I feel my syllable, unzip. There's two syllables. First one is un. So I'll scoop un, you're saying that's the normal sound, that's the breve, the short vowel sound. And then this is closed. Second syllable, zip, z, I is making a short vowel sound, mark it with the breve, and then I'll mark the C for closed, unzip. Quick and easy marking on that word. All right, the second word is inhale. Inhale, like you inhale some oxygen when you're breathing. Now let's feel our syllables. Inhale. First syllable, in, scoop it. It gets a breve for the short sound, and C for closed. Second syllable, hail, hail. A is saying its name, so I'm going to give it a macron. E says nothing. What kind of syllable is that part? All right, great. It is a vowel consonant E. So we'll mark it vowel consonant E. Okay, next word, admire, admire. Like you admire someone if you really like them. You could like them for being good. You could like them for being nice. Admire, admire. So my first syllable is ad, it's a breve. This is closed. Second syllable is mire, I saying its name, give it a macron. E says nothing. And this is the syllable type vowel, consonant E. I-er. All right, and our whole word, admire. All right, last word, and we've seen this word in this unit before, plastic. Like a plastic bottle you can recycle. Plastic. So we'll feel our syllable, plastic. Plas is our first word, or first syllable. We've got the PL blending together. Pull, it's the breve. It's closed off by the S, so this is closed. And our second syllable, tick, it's a breve, and it's closed off by the C. This is closed. Okay, great job practicing marking with me. And now it's your turn. So for this, you're gonna need a whiteboard and a marker, a paper and a pencil. If you need to grab those things, pause the video now, go grab them, and then come back and play. As always, during this part, you wanna make sure you listen to the words in the sentence really closely, carefully tap them out. Remember, trick words you just have to know in your brain. And then unit words you can always tap out. Write it on your paper, and then go back and mark them up. Today's our last day of Unit 12, so we're going to be spending a little bit longer on dictation than we normally do. So there's going to be 5 words and 3 sentences, so make sure you have plenty of room on your paper. All right, the first word I would like on your paper is upset. So think about when you're like sad, you're not happy, you're upset. Upset. All right, the second word is admit. Admit, like maybe when you're telling the truth about something, you admit. Admit. All right, the next word is public. Public, when something is open and free for anyone to go to it, like a public park. Public. All right, the fourth word is dislike. When you don't like something, you dislike it. Dislike. And then the last word is reptile. So think about like an alligator, a lizard, reptile. All right, check your words. You should have upset, admit, public, dislike, and reptile. All right, now this is the longer part. We've got 3 sentences. So make sure you listen closely. If it's too fast, you can pause the video. If you need to hear it again, you can rewind the video. Don't get frustrated. Take your time. The first sentence is, I admit I like the month of May. I admit I like the month of May. All right, the second sentence. Is there a cupcake inside your backpack? Is there a cupcake inside your backpack? There's actually only 2 sentences. I thought there was 3 today, but only 2. Okay, I'm gonna repeat both sentences. And again, if you need to rewind the video to hear it again, make sure you use that tool to rewind. So the first sentence, I admit I like the month of May. I admit I like the month of May. Second sentence, is there a cupcake inside your backpack? Is there a cupcake inside your backpack? All right, fabulous work. I will see you next time. Bye.